all live in a digital era. Many of us in this generation are known as digital natives. Everyone knows about computers, but very few of us have the privilege of owning one. As per Census 2011, India has an IT penetration of 9.5% at a household level. With less than 1 in 10 households having a computer, India is renowned for its $100 billion IT industry. We could all imagine what would happen if India reaches a 30% level like China or a 45% level like Brazil. We would soon see a new generation of icons like Narayan Murthy, Azim Premji, or Satya Nadalas emerging. There would soon be an Indian Google or a Facebook. Millions of job opportunities would be created, and the Indian GDP would skyrocket. I strongly believe that IT would be one of the key drivers of India's transformation from being a developing country to become a developed superpower. So how do we get there? From less than 10% to 30% plus. At the heart of the digital divide between India and Bharat is the issue of affordability. We've taken it upon ourselves as a mission to make computers affordable for everyone, so as to give them a chance to a brighter future. Two events in 2008 catapulted us on this wonderful and deeply enriching journey of bridging the digital divide. In one of those boring Indian weddings, I actually met a very interesting person. He was a friend of an uncle who was visiting from the United States. What his company does back there is buy back computers from the large OEMs at the end of their lease, test them thoroughly, harvest the working spare parts from them, and supply it back to companies which do computer maintenance and after-sales support services. He explained his business model, saying that most organizations in the US have a 3-year warranty, but these computers are used anywhere between 5 to 7 years. And after the 3-year warranty, there is no availability of supplies of spare parts. He was trying to bridge this gap in the market. Around the same time, my co-founder Raghav, who was heading a pharmaceutical unit, had to upgrade his IT hardware so as to run the latest software versions. His computer, though old, was extremely desirable for a security guard who wanted it for his high school kid. And that was how the seed was sown. We realized that millions of computers are being disposed prematurely. If these could be refurbished instead and made affordable to millions of Indians, we could help them realize their dream of a brighter future. Computer purchase is a big milestone for a vast majority of Indians. It is therefore imperative that they get the access to the best quality computers possible. As an ISO certified organization, we ensure that each and every computer is passed through standardized and stringent testing procedures. Only the best computers which pass all the benchmarks of testing are then marketed to schools, students, NGOs, small businesses, and millions of Indians who've never had a computer but dream of owning one. We've invested a lot of time and energy in creating the best-in-class refurbishing processes in the country. We've been validated, and we're the only Microsoft authorized refurbisher in the country. So what this means is, along with all the hardware that we supply, we provide genuine Windows licenses at very low prices. The benefit of having genuine software is these computers crash much less often, which is very critical because the people who are buying these computers from us are first-time users and they're not really tech-savvy. And there's a lot of security mechanisms built into genuine software. There's a huge difference between the computers that one can see on OLX and Quicker and the computers refurbished by us. Let me take you through a small clipping about how we refurbish computers. When someone gets a computer, it might just be full of dust. So we have a system where we completely vacuum the computer. We ensure that all the data is completely removed from these systems. We have a Department of Defense certified tool which we use. So the main advantage for the people who are buying computers from us is they don't have to carry forward any virus or other malware that is in the computers from before. And we have a bunch of like diagnostic tools that we run. Some are OEM driven, some are proprietary built. So when we do the refurbishing, we only use genuine branded parts, even for replacing the parts which are no longer usable. So that way, when we say that we sell refurbished branded computers, a customer gets a refurbished branded computer which has only branded parts inside. So we've seen how mobile penetration has increased so rapidly in India. In fact, I think today there are more mobile connections than the number of people in our country. And it's transformed the lives of millions of Indians. We have sabjiwalas who do business through WhatsApp. I mean, who could imagine that? The main reason this was possible is because we have an option of buying a cell phone from as low as 1,000 rupees to something as high as 50,000 plus. And a person who wants to buy a phone can buy a phone in any place of the spectrum depending on his needs and the budgetary constraints. But in this new age economy, cell phones and tablets alone do not constitute complete digital literacy. Most of the jobs today require a certain amount of computer proficiency. But when it comes to computers, there are no low-cost computers available in the market. A brand new computer costs around 20,000 rupees, which is beyond the reach of a vast majority of Indians. This is exactly the need gap that we're addressing by selling computers from as low as 4,500 rupees, which not only constitutes of the complete hardware, but genuine Windows licenses on them. Yes, that's right, 4,500 only. So, qualified and educated citizens are the basic building blocks of any strong economy. In India, we have 23 crore students spread across 13 lakh schools across the country. On one end, we have the international residential schools, and on the other hand, we have rural government schools. And because of the disparity in the kind of education that is available in the two extreme spectrums, we have a vast abundance of opportunities for one set of students and a lack of opportunities for the other. Technology will play a key role in bridging this gap. The places where teaching is required the most, unfortunately, has the least access to good quality teaching. But the government of India has realized that, and they've earmarked 1 lakh crore rupees for the Digital India initiative. As a part of this program, they want to create broadband connectivity in every nook and corner of the country and also enable schools with Wi-Fi connectivity. With the government providing the required infrastructure, how do these schools afford computers? So we're working with a lot of large organizations to manage their CSR programs. Every year, corporates dispose thousands of computers which are no longer useful to them. And these have negligible value on their books. But what they hold is a passport to a brighter future for millions of kids who've never had a computer and can never afford one. So this initiative that we have is called Computers in Schools, and let me show you how we're doing it.
Jay and Gauri are school-going kids. Gauri's school has computers and internet facilities, helping her learn the latest information about the world around her, making her highly employable. Jay, however, continues to learn through conventional methods and misses out on the latest advancements in this high-tech generation. So why this imbalance? Let's take a look. A brand new computer costs around 20,000 rupees, making it difficult for schools with little funding to afford it, depriving Jay and millions of kids like him the chance to a brighter future. Computers in Schools, an initiative by ReNewIT, aims to provide affordable computers for all schools in the country. They source old and redundant computers from large corporates, wipe out all the data on the hard drive, and make them thoroughly functional again. These refurbished computers are then provided directly or through NGOs to schools from as low as Rs 4,500 onwards. Combined with an internet connection, this opens up a world of possibilities for the younger generation. Isn't it amazing how so little from your end can impact the future of our country so greatly?
No story is complete without talking about the challenges. I mean, everyone knows how hard it is to set up a business in India. took us more than 1 year to get all the legal and statutory approvals. I just hope and pray for the next generation of entrepreneurs that they don't have to navigate this bureaucratic minefield. Once we had all the approvals, people just didn't understand what we did. They were ridiculing us as kabadiwalas and were wondering why B school grads are doing with scrap computers. But what kept us going throughout this journey is actually the smile on the kids who are buying their first computers. The satisfaction derived from that is immense, and it makes me want to get up every day and go to work. So what I would like to say is, if we have passion and take the action, magic will happen and things are falling into place. Since inception, what our team has been doing is take computers from corporates which look like this and convert it to millions of smiles like this. We've sold over 10,000 computers till date. We've sold computers to rural and government schools where the students are using computers for the first time. We have many proud parents who thank us for saying that they're finally able to afford a computer for their high school kid. We've had the privilege of working with many NGOs who are doing their bit to make India a much better place to live in. But the icing on the cake for any entrepreneur is creating more entrepreneurs. We now have people who are AMC providers, who are resellers, and more importantly, we have student entrepreneurs who bought computers from us and sitting in their dorm room, they're managing social media for the digital immigrants who don't understand technology at all. And all this wouldn't have been possible if they didn't have a computer in their life. So I would like to conclude by saying IT plus IT equals IT. If all the Indian talent gets access to information technology, they would create an incredible tomorrow for the entire world.